Hi, I'm Tim Roble and welcome to the Garage Custom Shop. Today I'm super excited to introduce you to EverLast's new Power imig 140. This machine utilizes IGBT technology, meaning it's a DC inverter MIG machine. And I have to tell you that this unit is outstanding. Runs on 115 volts, you basically plug it in the wall. I provide it with shielding gas and run a solid 30 thousandths wire. And this little unit has been working outstanding on our restoration project. Let's take a closer look at it. The left side panel open, number one thing that you see in here that just shouts quality to me is this metal drive box. I've used MIGs in the past that were really nice units, but about 3 to 6 months in, you start running into problems, especially when you're running a lot of heat through a machine with a plastic or a polymer drive box. So I'm super excited to see this. I know this is something that's going to last for a long time. While we're inside, let's just take a look real quick. I got this loaded up with some 30 thousandths wire. Spools from the bottom, comes in here, and then comes out through our Euro Connect. Now to the front of the machine. To the front of the machine, you see we have nice styling on the vents, being able to pull a lot of air through the machine and keep it cool. The dense type connectors for your ground, just nice and simple. And then something that we're all used to now is the Euro Connect. And that means hooking this up is a snap. Up top you see that we have voltage and wire speed, and both of these have infinite adjustability. They are both rheostats, there's no presets on them. Pretty simple up here. We have a power, an over temp, and a warning light. Down here we have a spool switch for an optional spool gun, and we have an off and on position on that. Pretty much that's it for the front of the machine. Super simple to use, and the thing works like a champ. Over to our regulator, and this has become like a standard thing on these EverLast units. An outstanding high quality regulator that holds pressure. All these machines I've tested have been incredibly tight, holding pressure for like a week or two even. To the back of the machine we have a simple on-off rocker switch and a gas outlet that we will connect when we're using solid core wire to a 75-25 steel mix. And we have the power cord here and then the exhaust fan. Let's talk about the MIG gun. First of all, the lead on this is about 10 feet. Comes with a very nice high spring tension ground that works outstanding. And I like the ergonomics of the gun. It actually has a very nice angle, and the consumables are Tweco consumables, so they're available at the welding store downtown. So that makes it really nice and easy to use. Another thing that this unit does, and we're going to see this on my welding scene, is it does a slight post flow, maybe a half second, maybe even a full second of post flow of shielding gas. And what that does for me is it helps cool that panel and take a little bit of warpage out of it. So when I'm working something automotive, I come and tack, and then you'll come into the middle and tack. And you want to keep as much heat out of that panel and keep it from shrinking and warping. And with that post flow, I've noticed it actually helps keep that just a little cooler than it would normally be. And it makes for a great product there at the end. So let's do some welding scenes. What I'm doing here is I'm coming in and just putting a couple tacks, and I got about a 40 thousandths gap, which is exactly what I run when I'm doing automotive panels. Get this welded up, and you can actually hear this unit post flowing, so I'm waiting till the post flow stops before I move to the next again. And what that does is just help keep the heat out and once again keep it from shrinking. Here's something that you may encounter with this that's not automotive. What I have is a 125 thousandths plate, and I have a 125 thousandths 1x1 square tube. Coming in here welding, right here, if you're listening, I don't have enough wire going in it. Although it makes a really nice bead, I could add some wire to it. So what I did is, after this scene, is I turned it up a little bit. Now that I've turned up the wire speed a little bit, I'm actually known I run a little bit more volts than I do for wire speed. But you can see I'm getting a lot less sparks flying all over the place, and I'm getting actually a very nice bead. You can see I have a hole drilled in this, and what I'm going to do now is this something common is patching a hole. So I just come in here and I hit it a couple times and fill that up. Once again, machine's super easy to use. Now that we've seen this little EverLast Power i-mig 140 perform, let me talk to you about a few of the things that I like and that stand out about this unit. One is the voltage and the wire speed have infinite control and they're on rheostats. To me, that's very important to be able to fine-tune your weld for what you're doing. So you can just give it a little tweak, too hot, too cold, too much wire. You can set that up and really get the parameters that you're looking for out of that. Two, I really like that post flow. I feel it really helps keep a lot of heat out of those body panels and keeps things from distorting and shrinking and warping up on you. So I think that's a neat little feature. Three would be that metal drive box. Some of you may have seen me test some other units with a plastic drive box, and I have to tell you, you don't run into problems with that your first couple of weeks of welding with it. When you start running into problems with that is maybe your third month, or when you start to really push a little machine and starts to build a little heat in it, then it starts heating up that plastic, warping and deforming, and then you never get a proper wire feed again. So that's something on this unit that tells you that it's going to last for years to come, and it's going to be a consistent little machine. And it just tells you that EverLast didn't cheap out when it was time to pay for that drive roller. I think it's like a $70 difference from plastic to metal, and this unit has it. Price point on this unit, I'm not real sure of that right now. I think it's going to be around $379, and we should see the first production models on this coming out around the end of April, beginning of May. So give it 2 thumbs up. Who's this unit for? I would even recommend that a professional body shop use this for auto restoration and doing body work and stuff on a car. So from the professionals to the do-it-yourself guy in the garage or gal in the garage, or even a beginner that wants to get into welding and doesn't have a lot of money to throw down on something, this little unit gives you a lot of options. You can weld with the solid wire with the 75-25 steel mix. You can use the inner shield wire and go out, take it out on the farm and weld up fence posts or whatever you have to do outside. Has the spool switch built into it and the cannon plug already for it. A spool gun. So put some straight argon on it and now you can weld up aluminum, and that's going to probably be an option for this unit in time to come. Like I said, 2 thumbs up. I'm Tim Roble. Thank you for watching this Garage Customs episode. If you happen to like it, hit like and subscribe, and would love to hear from you. That being said, I'm Tim Roble, and I'll catch you here next time.